I'm Jared.
I'm Maddie.
It's been so long. Alrighty, today we're going to be filming a van tour. Alrighty guys, see if you can do this tour this time. Third time's the charm. First time it started raining. Second time my mic was not recording any audio. We're rushed. We're leaving in 10 days, but I will give you the tour of the home. Everyone thank my girlfriend for being the camera woman for this video, and yeah, let's take on the tour. Alrighty, starting with the shell of the vehicle, our home is a 2012 Mercedes Sprinter, the 3-liter turbo diesel. One of the reasons I got this, great on gas, and hopefully life expectancy is supposed to be great. So I'll let you know down the road, but so far so good, no problems. A little expensive in maintenance, but I love it. The only other thing done to the front of this thing are the 2 LED puck lights on the bottom and the 52 LED light bar on the top. Honestly, out of all the things I've done to this van, this has been the best investment. Driving down old logging roads, country roads, amazing. Just make sure don't have them on when people are coming at you. They don't seem to get too happy. Before we get into the inside of our house, I'm going to take in the back, which is what we call the garage. For all you tech people out there, I'll quickly name off some of the stuff. Before I actually open these doors, on the roof mounted I have 3 100-watt solar panels, so we are working with 3 100-watt solar panels, and I have the rooftop fan up there. I'll talk about once we're inside. Let's get into the back. First things first, water. Our gray water, well, our fresh water actually. This is the fill station right here. We have 22 gallons of fresh water on board. That's for showering, washing dishes. Drink it if you don't care like me, girlfriend, I don't know if she would, but 22 gallons. Over here, this is our little outdoor shower. It works summer days, probably not going to shower in the winter. We don't have hot water, it's only really room temperature, whatever is in the van. Here's our shower. Does the trick, coming in from beaches, washing on your feet, or if you want to do dishes outside, works great for that. This is the one part of the van that we are not 100% finished yet. I still need to figure out some storage options, some walls. I definitely need to block off this electrical. Don't recommend having it right out in the open. But to name off some of the stuff we're working with, I have a 2,000 watt Renogy inverter. I have 3 100 amp hours AGM deep cycle batteries. And all the other stuff down there is my charge controller, went with Renogy, and then I have a 110 control panel for some fuses for all the 110 in the house, and a 12-volt fuse panel, and then a bunch of wires, bus bars, stuff like that. Nothing too exciting for all you people who want to know the tech part of it. I'll put more in the description, and I'm hoping to make a more in-depth video on what I put into this. If you guys want to see how much this build has cost, anything like that, let me know down below. Storage in here, for now I don't have much. I have my big 80-liter bag. I have a tent for when guests sleep over. In these boxes I have some bungees, I have a small diesel heater, an axe, and then the other one right now I just have a couple outdoor blankets stuffed in there. But other than that, it's not too much. Still a lot of room for storage, and it's kind of the work in progress of the van. Cool thing here to kind of make the van our own. I'm not sure if it's been done before. We're in a store, found this pretty cool fabric, so we took off these pieces, retraced it with a thicker material, and it's kind of a cool world map. I think it's in Latin, didn't see that, so I don't know what it says, but it looks cool. And these are porthole windows I'll talk more about once we're inside the van. Alright, I figured once we're in the vehicle, I'd show you the front cab of the vehicle, the main pilot's chair. There's nothing too exciting in the front, it's all stock. The one thing I did want to show you quickly is this guy, definitely a lifesaver. This is a battery isolator. So what it does is it connects my battery bank in the back to my starter battery on my car, and if I ever need some juice with a flick of a switch, I can use my alternator to charge my batteries. It can also work as a backup. If my car battery dies, I can start it with a push of a button. And the other switches up here is this controls that if I ever want to turn it on, so I was talking about, and I have my LED, my light bar is up front, which is pretty handy, right beside you. Turn them on, turn them off. Alright, before I take you in here, one thing to ask you guys, can you please leave a comment on this video, give me any feedback, suggestions of videos you want to see, whether it's about the van or my future travels. We're in a rush to get this thing out. We're leaving in like 10 days to go across the US. so we are in a pinch for time. Other than that, all of our links are down below. If you do enjoy this video so far, make sure to leave a like. Alright, before you enter in our home, we decided to go with AstroTurf on this little space here. We kind of use it as like a welcome mat, but also a place to rub off your feet and store your shoes under this. This is actually a sink here, and store your shoes. So I have my hiking shoes down there, and I really want to use every inch of space, so I highly recommend leaving that, putting some sort of mat down, and it's a good place just to throw all your dirty shoes. Gotta keep the van clean. Such a small space. Last thing you want is to be stepping in dirt everywhere. Starting from the top, you actually used to be able to stand up in the front. I really wanted to isolate that space, so I made this built-in shelf all along here. Up here we store anything from jackets to camera bags. I have a Domo doll, towels behind him, more bags. A lot of space up there, every inch of it, well worth it. And none of that stuff is falling down. And under that we mounted our blackout curtain. So sits right here. We want to get a good night's sleep. Don't want people looking at us. That slides right across like that. Tuck it in there, and you have your wall. You have your house enclosed. And I'll keep it like that for the rest of the video. First thing you see when you open the door and when you walk in is the sink. This is like our wash-up station. The countertops here, as long as all the other ones, are custom-made quartz. Love them. Look amazing. The sink is stainless steel. It's a pretty deep sink. I would have went a little bigger if I could, but it does the job. Faucet, probably my favorite thing in this van. I know it sounds pretty stupid, a faucet. Don't cheap out on a faucet. I love it. It's amazing. A lot of flex in it to just swivel it around, wash your hair outside, and the pressure has been amazing on it, especially for this washing dishes. It's been great so far. Under here, this is kind of the dirty zone of the van. All you van lifers know this place smells. This is just under here our 5-gallon water, and that's literally it. Some stainless steel cleaner for the appliances and some towels, like some old rags. That is like the dungeon of the van. On this part of the van, we have storage under here. All of our toiletries, dishes, pots, pans, everything like that. Really good deep drawers. All these drawers are actually soft close. It's kind of a cool thing. No slamming doors when my girlfriend gets mad at me. Pretty handy. Over here, we have just a little paper towel roller. When you're driving, doesn't unwind. It's pretty cool. I had to get one of those. IKEA. Amazing store. Moving on to our stove. I'm just working with the 2-burner Flame King. No problem so far. Amazing. It's pretty good for adjusting the heat, so I haven't burnt anything yet. I'll let you know if I do, but no problems with that. Moving on down below it, this is kind of where we store our garbage and just our propane. Not too much under there. Like I said, a lot of storage still left in this van. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and we're going to be packing this thing up in less than 10 days when we take off on our trip. But for the most part, we're pretty minimal, and I'm happy with that. Moving up top, these are overhead cabinets. We decided to go for no handles just to save every bit of space. They actually all have a 1-inch lip drop down here, so that's kind of the handle. I open it up here, and they can all be tightened at these hinges right here with the screws, so you can make them really have to slam shut, and there's no way these things are opening. Up here, there's not much in it right now, but this is just all of our dry goods. A candle up here, you don't want that smashing around. So keep our dry goods up there, and over on the other one, this is just all pots, plates, and everything for tea and coffee is up here. Yeah, quick access to tea and coffee, always a must. And shout out to my favorite mug ever. Thought I'd throw that in there.
Who got that for you?
You got that for me.
Yeah.
Alright, before we get into this beautiful wall, my favorite part of the van, we'll get over here, got some more drawers, more storage, everything for our knives, utensils, spices, stuff like that. Down here, this is kind of our guilty drunk drawer. Everyone has one. Markers, just everything in there. Probably one of my favorite investments of the van build was our fridge. It's currently off right now, we have no food in it. But it is a unique off-grid appliance. It's a local place by us. They specialize in making all unique off-grid appliances, judging by their name. So this is a 60 liter for all you Americans out there. You can do the math on the liters to gallons. 60-liter fridge. This pulls out here. We have it on barrel bolts. As you notice, all of our items are on barrel bolts to stop everything from sliding open. There's actually both a fridge and a freezer. The fridge is huge and the freezer is actually decently big, enough for a tray of ice cubes, and everyone says ice in van life is a lifesaver, and 100% it is. It's always good to have ice. So that's probably one of my favorite things. Cool thing about this can actually be controlled by Bluetooth on your phone, so that's pretty cool. You can switch the freezer and the fridge temperature on the go. You have to be in Bluetooth range, but that's coming really handy. Quickly look up on the roof. We have our tongue and groove pine we decided to go with, and stain that with kind of a clear coat protector on that. And for pot lights, we went a little bit overkill. We went with 8, but I got 8 and figured out why not use them all. And that takes us into this wall. All those pot lights are connected on a 12-volt dimmer switch here. So that is able to be dimmed, so it's not too bright. They are all on one switch. A little bit of a regret. Probably if I could go back, I would put them on 2 switches. But the one thing I'm probably going to add before we go on our trip is underlighting for the cabinet, so I kind of have 2 sources of lighting. Moving on, we have this is kind of like our main control panel here. So all of our appliances are actually set up to breakers here, which are set up to our 12-volt fuse box down below. Up top, we just have a 12-volt cigarette lighter. We have 2 USB ports here, and this is a little battery monitor for our batteries in the whole van. So when I'm actually driving, I can look in the rear view mirror. I can actually look at this thing. It's pretty handy. But other than that, I do have other ways to measure the batteries in our home. Down below are all of our switches. I do have a lot of spares. Number 1 is going to be for the underlights. Number 2 is actually the fridge, which will always stay on once we have food in it and we're on the road. Number 3 is the water pump. And number 4, 5, 6 are totally spare right now. A lot to be added. Probably a heater soon if you ever decide to go to winter climates. That'll be thrown on there. Down below here we have the Renogy inverter switch. This pretty much just controls the inverter. If I want to turn it on or off, if I'm really not using it at all, switch that off. And if I need it, turn that on, and that controls the 110 outlet over here. So I do have one there and one on the other side of the van. And jumping below that is this little guy. I have a little 12-volt cigarette lighter there, and beside it, more USB outlets. You can never have enough. Probably my favorite part on this wall is this little guy right here. This is a battery monitor. This guy tells you your battery level, what your voltage is at, how many amps you're drawing, and it actually can tell you how many watts you're drawing and how long your battery bank will last drawing and the amount you're using right now. So for example, at the moment, using the lights and nothing else at nighttime, no charge in the sun, I will last 83 hours, which is pretty good. Moving on to the spice rack, we just have a couple things we use up here all the time: salt, pepper, and our knives that we always use. Now I get a lot of questions. Don't worry, these do not fall down. If you're going a really bumpy trail, I'll take them off. For the most part, I added extra magnets in the back here. You really have to pull to get these things off, and as you can see, they're not going anywhere. One of my pleasures here is my rusty old knife I built by myself, thanks to my girlfriend's uncle. He's a really handy guy, and this is pretty cool. And this is kind of like my do-it-all knife. It's my favorite thing in this van. Alright, beside our sink, more storage. Like I said, you cannot have enough storage. This is our little bench seat. This flips up. Under there we keep our dirty laundry and some shoes. More smelly stuff. The gist of this is the smelly stuff stays on this side of the van. It's also the same side my girlfriend sleeps, so. Alright, so this bench seat here, you can take a seat, and this top little drawer here actually pulls out and it turns into a table, a workstation, wake up, have your morning coffee. A lot of work on laptop. So our only seats really in this van are our bed, so it's good to have this secondary seat. You have another person over. Really good to have as much seating as you can in the van, but this is our only seat in the van, so make use of it. Down here is some more storage. Top one is pretty basic, all outdoor gear, some dry bags, hammock, chairs, stuff like that. And the bottom two are my girlfriend's makeup, clothes, and the bottom one is more clothes. Alright, on this side of the bed, I decided to only put cabinets on one side. So we have these two cabinets, the handles are same idea as the ones over here. The handles are just use your fingers with the inch overhang. Up here I keep all my electronics, everything from my bag full of batteries and lenses to Polaroid film. I have my Polaroid camera, mini tripods, microphone, hard drives, all that fun stuff. And over here we have more clothes. So lots of storage in here, and I'm super happy with that. Right above me is my Max Air Deluxe fan. This actually has the rain cover on it, so it can rain. You can still be using it. It's the 10-speed 2 modes, so you can suck in, you can suck out, and this thing is super handy. This is not on a switch, it's just up here. Most of the times I turn this on is when I'm cooking or we're laying in bed, sweating our ass off. So, works charms. Alright, last thing we did for this build, I kind of wanted to keep this space open. I like it. It's like a hangout area. We have had like 3-4 people up here chill, watch a movie. I wanted to keep it as big as I could. I only wanted the overheads here, and I didn't want overheads here for the pure fact that you can sit here, I can still work on my laptop. Like I said, I will be in here a lot. So that's worked out pretty good. The newest addition to this van are these porthole windows. I looked everywhere for them. These actually open from the inside, and they are hinged pretty tightly, so you can direct them to whatever way you want. They're tinted on the outside, nobody can see in. They're pretty high up. And my favorite part about this is when you're sleeping, it's hot, it's cold, you want a nice draft in here. You put the fan on the sucking motion, and you can actually direct this to blow at your feet. You can open this one, blow at your head, and it's like you have your AC on full blast. Amazing airflow, and probably one of the coolest and most unique things I've done to the van. I look at it from the back, looks like a big smiley face. It's a cool part of it, but yeah, it's probably that's my window option. I didn't want to go with anything too big because this van is fully insulated, and I didn't want to just be throwing reflectix up on these big windows. Most people I talk to say that's what they end up doing. So I went with these two little eyes in the back, and pretty happy with them so far. Alright, I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I don't like when people talk too much in their van tours. I've seen ones that are like hours. I don't know how long this is going to be. Hopefully it's good enough. I want to go way more in depth. If you guys want, if you have any questions about this van, let me know down below. Anything. I feel like I'm missing something. But yeah, we take off in 10 days, guys. This has been an amazing journey. One thing I want to say, if you're sitting here like I can never do this build, I knew nothing about anything before I started this. I had help from friends, family, and this is the end results. Anything's possible. I'm 21, my girlfriend's 19. We're about to head off across the US, like I said, in 10 days. If you're interested in that, down below, click subscribe, follow our journeys. All of our social medias are down below. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching this video. And we'll see you when we hit the road. Peace.